So let's take a look at the policy settings. We're just going to open up the local policy here right now, gpedit.msc. That'll open up the local group policy editor, and we can see it's separated into computer configuration and user configuration, the three subnodes underneath each. If you opened up a domain controller or the group policy management console, then you would see policies and preferences under each of these. All right. But computer configuration Windows settings would be, for instance, where we find the security settings. We can double click and open up security settings, and we see account policies. Local policies is where we have user rights and auditing settings. You have the security options. It's where we can rename administrator accounts. We can control network communications. Those kinds of things can be configured here. This is also where we would go to do application restrictions, certificate settings, IPsec policies, configure the firewall, just literally, everything that you can do in that particular area. So there's a lot in security settings. Security settings are predominantly for computers and not users. If you expand security settings under users, you get one thing, and that's related to public key policies or certificates. If we go into administrative templates, then we see a bunch of subcategories. I like hitting Windows components just because it's so massive, and it shows you all of the different areas of Windows that you would be able to control. So remote shell and remote management settings, forcing Windows updates on servers, configuring shutdown options, setting up maintenance schedules, on and on and on we could go within there. And then you even have more in system. Okay, so system can control iSCSI for our storage devices. The KDC and Kerberos settings are here, controlling server manager and whatnot. All right, so there's just a lot in there. Now, mind you, you can always search for settings. It's not really a search, it's more of a filter. You go to filter options and you can enable keyword filters and be looking for anything, with BitLocker in the title, for instance. I usually clear the policy setting and the comment, hit OK, and what it'll do is it'll filter and only show you those categories that have anything related to BitLocker. Okay? And it is, it might not be in the title, it might be somewhere in here, which is, it's got to be where it is. Although I haven't seen it yet, but anyway, it filters and shows you. So you go to Windows Components, and that's a quick way to find the BitLocker drive encryption settings. Okay, go into System, and we should see, yep, there are the settings for your trusted platform modules. So always remember that filter is there. You can turn it on and off. Under user configuration, we've got administrative templates, and you also have a whole bunch of Windows components, start menu and taskbar, desktop, the system, but there are fewer options here. And I think in